Hey guys, alright? Welcome everyone. On a beach in Queensland, Australia, we meet two lifeguard friends. Josh, who will soon marry Rory's sister, his best friend. He goes to the beach and meets his fiancée, Tina. Josh shares a moment of warmth with her. They speak about missing that place as they are soon departing for Singapore. Meanwhile, Rory is in the sea on his board, watching adventurous swimmers, unaware of a shadow beneath him. Moments later, while resting, a man swimming nearby is rapidly pulled under the water, leaving a trail of blood. The lifeguard observer notices movement in the water and alerts of a shark. So, Josh swiftly demands everyone to exit the water and takes a jet ski to search for Rory, who could be in jeopardy. Tina is terrified, knowing her brother is in the sea and not hearing the warnings. Josh attempts to warn him from a distance, but Rory doesn't listen. Unexpectedly, a gigantic shark leaps out of the water and knocks him over. When Josh goes for the rescue, he tries to cling to his friend, but the creature assaults and drags Rory to the sea depths, ending his life. Time flows, and a year later, we see Josh pondering about life, watching news regarding potential shark attacks on beaches. This reminds him of his late friend Rory and his ex-fiancée. He goes out for a walk near the beach and observes birds flying unusually away from the sea, frightened of something. In the meantime, two men noticing police in the vicinity decide to shift to a different location, scheming something against the society. Josh has quit his lifeguard work and is now employed in a market. Among the patrons is a young girl named Jamie, who steals some items but is under surveillance by security. In the parking area, a pair shares a romantic moment, oblivious to their pet's barking. Jamie runs to avoid getting caught and meets her boyfriend Ryan, who also works there. Sadly, they get caught. Ryan attempts to apologize, but he gets dismissed. Fired. In the stockroom, Josh talks to his colleague Naomi when he hears a familiar voice. It's Tina, shopping with her current boyfriend Steven, but Josh's boss soon arrives and orders him to clean the bathrooms. Meanwhile, two men in the car, one named Doyle, plan to help a criminal rob the store to clear a debt his brother has with the wrong crowd. Jamie's father, Todd, is a police officer who comes to pick her up and tries to give her a moral lesson, but she doesn't listen. In the parking lot, he sees a man entering the market and notices he's armed. He takes his gun and follows the man. The thief goes to the manager's booth and asks for all the money, but the manager replies it's not in the safe and shows him it, but Doyle still demands the money. Todd sees them and manages to trap the thief, but the other offender threatens another individual if the cop interferes. In the parking area, Jamie talks to Ryan, who is upset about losing his work because of her. Feeling guilty, Jamie tries to regain his work. Back to Josh. When he is about to wash his face, the tap water starts to fail strangely. He hears gunfire from inside the market and understands that the crook has murdered someone and now holds Tina at gunpoint. Suddenly, everything begins to shake, frightening everyone. Back at the city's beach, the seawater recedes and a huge tsunami emerges, sweeping everything in its path, causing many deaths. The market is also engulfed by the waters, causing great damage, catching many by surprise, like Ryan, who was in his vehicle, and the pair of lovers. A while later, when the waters calm down, we see the destruction caused, and the entire market is flooded, with many dead along the way. Josh is alive, along with Doyle and a few others. He helps the wounded police officer Todd, who has an iron rod through his leg. He asks one of the survivors to look for supplies to help the injured. Jamie is also alive and reunites with her father. She discovers that the parking lot is also submerged, and probably Ryan is dead, which shocks her. Josh looks for Tina and finds her. She is paralyzed. But Josh goes to her and reassures her. Suddenly, one of the bodies is sucked underwater. But Tina cannot make sense of what's happening around her. The criminal assailant is not so lucky and dies. Steven looks for medical supplies and finds another survivor. In the parking lot, the water didn't enter the couple's car, but they are trapped there. Suddenly, they hear a noise, like something striking the car's body. When they look around, they find another dead body. Ryan is also fortunate, trapped in his car. However, he doesn't want to stay there, so he breaks the glass, letting water into the vehicle, but taking him breath. He gets out of the car and emerges from the water, which is at a low level underneath. He searches for other survivors, but no one responds. Suddenly, something brushes past his leg, scaring him. Back on the upper floor, Josh tends to Todd's injury. While one of them mentions the water level is rising, In fearing that part of the city is underwater, Josh expresses his intent to remain and assist the police officer since he is unable to swim under the present circumstances, and requests others to search for an exit. Tina and Steven check the main entrance, while Doyle offers to check the goods entrance and exit. However, the cop doesn't permit it, dispatching security officer Bob in his stead. In the waterlogged parking area, the pair is still awaiting aid, while their pet is barking, sensing something outdoors. Ryan climbs on a stack of vehicles and spots something stirring beneath the water. Back with the others, Josh realizes there's something in the water, and fearing it's dangerous, tells everyone to get out of the water. Tina and Steven manage to reach higher ground, but Bob is pulled under. Panic ensues as no one knows what happened. When Bob shows up again, he asks for assistance and Jamie takes his arm. But sadly, something tore him apart underwater, leaving him mutilated. The scene horrifies everyone, but worse is yet to come when they get a glimpse of the danger surrounding them. A 7-meter-long shark. Ryan searches for an exit, but only finds more lifeless bodies. The duo in the car park quarrels as the present. The guy gave her turns out to be counterfeit. He asks for her shoes to break the windshield, but she opens the sunroof and emerges, communicating with Ryan nearby. Out of nowhere, they spot an enormous shark swimming nearby, effortlessly shattering the vehicle window. The group on the stairs decides what to do in their predicament. But there's not a lot that can be done, and the larger issue is looming around them. To make matters worse, an electric cable snaps and is about to touch the water, posing a direct threat of death. Josh indicates that the power shutoff panel resides in the warehouse, and he is going to switch off the power. Tina disapproves, but Steven has another plan. He decides to dress in some iron grates from shopping carts as armor. The team holds onto the hose, providing air to him, while Steven makes his way to the power panel. The shark spots him, but luckily does not engage. Steven continues, and as he approaches the location, he discovers that he has run out of hose length, and Josh holds it to prevent it from falling into the water. Realizing this, Steven decides to let go of his breathing apparatus on his own, thus reaching the electrical switch. He manages to turn it off to everyone's relief, but now he needs to return. Unfortunately, the heaviness of the iron bars prevents him from resurfacing, and he is unable to reach the surface to breathe. Signifying the end of brave Steven, Tina is saddened by the loss of her boyfriend. Later, Jamie tries to cheer up Tina, but she's in mourning and without hope. Doyle talks to Naomi, and they make an improvised spear using a broom handle and a knife. Josh spots an air vent on the ceiling that might be an escape route. Meanwhile, Ryan uses a dead man's hand to attract the creature lurking by the couple's car. Ryan manages to lure the beast and the couple moves to another car, narrowly escaping the shark's attack and even leaving the unfortunate dog in the water. With that, they're safe for now. The group upstairs starts a plan to reach the air vent. Once they manage to get there, someone needs to continue with the plan. The manager volunteers. He's lifted with a rope and gets to the duct, but seeing hundreds of spiders, he loses his balance and nearly drops into the water. Suddenly, the shark leaps out and grabs his body. The beast bites him in half, ending his life. Another individual tumbles into the water, but is saved before the shark has another opportunity to eat. The group is terrified by the ferocity of the marine animal and momentarily observes the waters around them. In the car park, the couple quarrels as the man tossed the defenseless canine to its demise, infuriating the animal enthusiast. In the meantime, Ryan is persistent in finding a way out. He sees a pipe on the ceiling and decides to use it to get to the other side, but drops his flashlight in the water. Unafraid of the danger, he jumps in and retrieves it. Ryan starts crossing, holding onto the pipes, while the great shark lurks below, waiting for a slip from its prey. Unfortunately, it occurs, and Ryan falls into the water. Fortunately, the couple is swift in helping him onto the car, but the unfortunate man falls into the territory of the shark and is instantly assaulted, torn apart, and killed. Back with the group upstairs, they feel powerless, fearing their destinies are sealed and they will all perish. Nevertheless, Doyle rises, resolved to chase and slay the creature, but a nearby hook is needed. Todd offers to assist. However, observing this, his girl leaps into the water and fetches what they require.
The shark starts chasing her, but Jamie is quick and manages to get behind the counter.
She strikes the beast attempting to assault her, frightening it away for the time being. She grabs the hook and a piece of meat and is then pulled to where the group is, narrowly escaping the shark. As Josh prepares the trap, Tina notices he still wears her brother's necklace. In a moment of sad memories, Josh recounts that on the day of his friend Rory's death, he was supposed to be in Rory's place monitoring, blaming himself for a prolonged period. Josh says sorry for keeping distance from her. Tina says it's okay. What matters now is that they are together. Doyle initiates the plan and throws the bait to the animal, but the shark shows no interest in the meat. One individual, named Kirby, proposes that the monster might crave human flesh again. Suddenly, he pulls out a firearm and threatens Naomi, revealing his acquaintance with Doyle. Everyone realizes the criminal is still alive, and the masked dead was just another person he dressed to deceive them. Wanting to use Naomi as bait, he drops her in the water to be attacked, but, getting careless, is wounded by Doyle with the makeshift spear. They save Naomi, but don't let Kirby escape for what he did. Doyle catches him, thrusts the hook into him, and tosses him into the water. Soon, the criminal is torn apart by the shark. The plan seems to work. The hook lodged in the beast's mouth leaves it stuck, giving the group a chance to escape. Back in the parking area, the small canine reappears on a plastic cover, leaps into the water, and returns to its owner, bringing her immense joy. Ryan formulates a plan and starts to make noise on the air duct. The sound is heard by the group above. Jamie hears the noise, realizes there are more survivors in the parking lot, and suspects it might be Ryan. She goes to look for him, and Todd asks Josh to take care of her. Before leaving, Tina calls Josh and gives him a kiss, showing she still has feelings for him, and Josh reciprocates by giving her his friend's necklace. Josh is tracking Jamie to determine if they can get to Ryan. They secure the door to stop the water level from increasing inside the market. Then, both of them swim and plunge into the parking area. When seen, they are warned about the shark inside. They swim swiftly and climb onto a car. Luckily, it's a car belonging to Officer Todd, and his daughter Jamie mentions there is a firearm in the car. Josh manages to get the gun and reloads it. Before the beast attacks, Josh shoots and kills it, eliminating the danger that terrified them. In the market, the group heads to the exit, still blocked. Doyle has a plan and tells everyone to quickly get out of the water. The parking lot group reaches the others. Doyle instructs everyone to leave the water quickly, as he will use electricity to blow up the car blocking the passage. Another earthquake shakes everything, and what held the beast breaks free. Josh realizes this and tells everyone to get out of the water as the shark is loose. The platform he is on begins to fall into the water, so he supports himself on the pipe and, using a taser gun, shoots and electrifies the shark. Being in the water, the electric charge increases, killing the beast. Doyle turns on the power and blows up the car, blocking their way. Fortunately, everyone manages to get out of the market and witnesses the city's destruction caused by the tsunami. The story ends here, watching helicopters rescuing all the survivors of this terrible catastrophe.